Let's have some exercise again. 3 tables, dun ulit sa papel nyo kanina. Pero, this time, susulat nyo yung limiting beliefs nyo. At least 3 limiting beliefs na pumasok sa isip nyo kanina. Kung saan galing, and then, what is your truth. And then, comment done again sa comment section if you're done. Let's have 2 minutes for that one. Done na si Michelle. Liza is done, or Lisa. Done si Minnie. Rian done. This is actually a good exercise that I am doing over and over again whenever I feel something. Kasi those things are beneficial inside your business. Kasi once na hindi mo in-overcome yung limiting beliefs mo, kakainin ka nun sa business mo and it would hinder you from taking action. Done na si Nicole. 1 minute. Done na si Fad. Okay, let's have 2 person to share what they have written sa paper nila. Can we have Ate Lisa Lopez? Are you there? Ate Lisa, are you there? Okay, habang wala si Ate Lisa, si ano na lang, si Rian. Rian, are you there?
Medyo maingay dito.
Okay lang. Okay lang, ate.
Ano nga ba yun? Limiting beliefs?
Mm.
I'm not good in design.
Mm-hmm.
Then, I don't know where it came from. Wala namang may nagsabi, sarili ko lang.
Mm-hmm.
What is my truth? Totoo ba talaga na hindi marunong mag-design?
Mm-hmm.
So far naman, what is my truth is, marunong man pala akong mag-design. Siguro lang talaga yung limiting beliefs ko lang talaga yung nag-ano sa akin. Isa kasi yun talaga yung dati, sabi ko, hindi ako pwedeng mag-SMM. Kasi hindi talaga ako marunong mag-design, sabi ko. So, later on, pinag-explore ko lang talaga yung Canva kasi madami na ako nakitang mga SMM na true Canva lang daw sila. So, sige. So, ayun, so far, marunong na pala.
Marunong naman pala, ate. Okay. That's really a great example. Kasi another thing, hindi mo naman need na parang maging like super perfect designer to become a social media manager. And at the same time, your truth can be like, okay, if kung nafe-feel ko talaga na I'm not really good in design, how can I improve this thing? Okay, manonood ako ng workshop or training, or kung hindi talaga yun yung passion ko, yung pagde-design, then how can I exclude this sa offer ko? Kasi pwede namang i-exclude yung design sa offer mo or outsource it into someone. Kung may team member ka, kung wala ka pang team member, you can exclude it sa offer mo. It can be a limiting belief na I'm not good in design, pero it's gonna go back na parang, what do I really want? Kay gusto ko ba talaga yung pagde-design? Going back dun sa ate sa sinabi mo na parang limiting belief ba to na I'm not good in design? If you're gonna ask your question na, do I really enjoy designing graphics, or is this really what I want?
Na-enjoy ko siya, pero yun nga lang, talagang sabi ko, hindi maganda yung design ko, yung gano'n.
Okay. Merong iba't ibang style ng design, and then meron ding iba't ibang clients na makaka-appreciate ng design mo. Like, kung pupunta ka dun sa feed ko, hindi siya yung sobrang perfect. Minsan black and white lang, minsan font color lang. Kailangan mo lang din i-appreciate yung design style mo inside your business. And maybe sometimes it's a limiting belief, but maybe it's not true na hindi maganda yung design ko. Maybe I just have my own style of designing things inside my business. And kung gusto mo talagang i-improve or gusto mong i-highlight yung design part ng pagiging SMM mo as your own expertise, then your truth can be like, na-enjoy ko yung pagde-design. For now, I'm still in the process of learning it. I'm still in the process of watching more tutorials or workshops to improve it. And then you can pin it out na parang I'm learning my own design style to master this thing. So, sino yung next? Si Ate Mary Lorne Manuyag.
Yes po. Yung sa limiting belief ko po na I cannot charge premium if I cannot produce a good ROI sa part ng client ko po. Kasi iniisip ko, syempre investment din yung sa
Mhm.
business niya. Yung hindi naman po sa yung confidence ko, pero minsan meron talagang factors na hindi ko kasalanan
Yeah.
kahit na ginagawa ko rin naman yung best ko na makapag-produce ng good ROI. Sa where it came from po naman sa previous client experience ko kasi, yung sa offer niya hindi na-validate ng maayos through organic. So, gusto niya lang i-try na mag-run ng ads. So,
Mhm.
since hindi pa validated yung offer niya, hindi talaga nag-work po. Kaya medyo parang sinisi ako nung client na bakit ganito, gumagastos ako ng ganyan. Parang hindi sulit yung sa investment ba sa akin, yung parang ganun po. So medyo na-trauma po ako doon. So parang naisip ko, bakit ako magcha-charge ng premium kung hindi pa naman ako confident na ano ng result.
Mhm.
Although there are external factors. So sa what is my truth, as long as I can deliver yung service package ko na kung saan nag-commit ako, then yun na to po talaga yung sa ano ko sa pag-address po ng limiting belief ko po. Kasi hindi naman porket nag-invest siya sa akin, ako na yung unicorn na mag-save ng business niya. So marami pa ring external factors na affected doon na bakit hindi naging success yung project or bakit ganun yung nangyari. So ang ginagawa ko na lang talaga yung lahat ng makakaya ko as long as nakikipag-collaborate naman ng maayos yung client po.
Okay. So yung limiting belief mo is like, I cannot charge premium because I can't deliver. Is that right?
Yes po.
Ayun. I get what your point is, pero you're mentioning na may mga external factors. What if we can reframe your limiting beliefs na I can charge premium clients with the right people or with my dream clients? So what do I mean by my dream clients? Kasi nga, you mentioned may mga external factors. There are some reasons kung ba't hindi ako nakapag-provide ng results. Like after pinning down kung ano yung truth mo na parang okay, ginawa ko naman yung best ko, nag-deliver naman ako ng packages ko, pero bakit hindi nag-work? Bakit wala pa ring results? So going back dun sa mga external factors mo, that could be one of the reason na pwede mong i-incorporate sa business mo na okay, kung yung mga specific market pala na hindi validated yung offer sa organic marketing is hindi pala magbe-benefit dun sa service ko, then I wouldn't target them as an ideal client. And then, how can you reframe that belief inside your business na, oh, okay, so dahil I have a learning process na may experience ako na ganun yung clients ko before, how can I have some certain qualifiers inside my business na, okay, ito lang yung isi-serve ko na alam ko na magbe-benefit sa services ko. For example, na-validate na yung services nila in organic way. Nagkakaroon na sila ng clients in an organic way. Meron na silang mga brand assets. So those are the people that can benefit inside my business. So meaning, para matanggal yung limiting belief mo na, oh, I cannot charge premium because I cannot deliver. But the truth is, mahirap talagang mabigyan ng results yung mga clients na wala dun sa certain qualifiers mo. Your truth can be, I can serve premium clients at my dream client. So yung dream clients mo, papasok sila dun sa mga certain list of qualifiers mo na kailangan kompleto yung brand assets, kailangan nagka-clients na sila before, kailangan na test out na nila yung offer nila in an organic way. Kung wala yung mga specific checklist na yon, hindi mo sila isi-serve. Or yung isi-serve mo lang ng mga tao is merong mga qualifiers na nilagay mo inside your business to make sure that you will help them get the results that they want or to help them to actually create the results for their business. How does it sound for you, Rian?
Thank you po.
Thank you then for sharing. Kasi minsan, yung mga limiting beliefs natin, it's not just about mindset stuff. It's something na pwede mo ring gamitin sa business mo na, okay, kung meron palang mga external factors, how can I set some boundaries inside my business na kung hindi pala ito mag-work sa mga ganong specific people, how can I set some boundaries na meron akong qualifiers inside my business na yung dream clients or yung dream client persona ko or yung mga ideal clients persona ko is meron silang mga specific list or standard na dapat meron na sila nun in order for me to serve. For example, yung sa akin, yung qualifiers ko is I don't usually work with newbie coaches for the reason na ganun din. Hindi pa nila naka-qualify yung offer nila. Hindi pa sila masyadong established sa business. Kulang pa yung mga brand assets nila. So, in order for me to actually deliver, in order for me to help them get the results or get the ROI inside their business, meron akong mga qualifiers na hinihingi sa kanila. For example, kailangan nakapag-market research sila. Or for example, meron na silang mga specific offers inside their business that they are consistently selling na nagsisell in order for me to help them sell that out. Kung brand new offer naman, dapat nag-run down na sila sa market research. Nakapag-market research na sila, meron na silang mga ideal client, and then sa brand assets, dapat meron na silang branding, meron na silang mga photoshoots kung needed yon. All those things that can also be essential in you getting the ROI for their business. Whenever you have those kind of limiting beliefs, saan ba galing yon? Ano yung reason kung ba't ko na-feel yon? Ano yung reason kung bakit consistently nagpa-pop out siya inside my head? And ano yung truth ko? And then aside from ano yung truth ko, aside from where it came from, ano yung mga solutions na pwede kong gawin inside my life or inside my business para maiwasan ko na yung limiting beliefs na yon sa susunod. Ako, yung limiting beliefs ko before, ganun din, di ba, na nilet go ko yung mga clients ko kasi feel ko hindi ako makakapag-deliver. Yung action plan ko doon is nag-invest ako sa mga courses and then binago ko kung sino yung mga gusto kong iserve, binago ko kung sino yung mga ideal client ko para ma-make sure ko na yung services ko is magbe-benefit sa kanila and makakapag-provide ng results in a span of maybe 2 to 3 months. I hope that is useful, guys. Let's move on to the next one. So the truth is, this doesn't happen in a snap of a finger. It takes work, commitment, and consistency to rewrite your own success story. Kapag hindi yan parang magic na parang, oh, sinulat ko na to, Hana, pero bakit bukas or sa makalawa, bumabalik pa rin siya. It doesn't happen in a snap of a finger. You need to work on that. It's a self-development journey na kailangan mong i-reprogram over and over and over again sa mind mo in order for you to actually believe it. It takes work, commitment, and consistency to rewrite your own story. Daily practice to help you overcome your limiting beliefs. Number 1, daily journal of your feelings and emotions and your goals and desires. Ito personally, ginagawa ko to. Meron akong everyday, nag-journal ako nung emotions ko, ng mga goals ko and desires ko para nakikita ko sa papel. Kasi kapag yung mga thoughts and yung mga beliefs nyo, paulit-ulit lang yan sa mind nyo. Pag hindi nyo siya sinulat or nilagay sa paper, you wouldn't be able to have an awareness na parang, na hindi mo siya nakakatch yung thought na, iniisip ko pala to, nagraran pala to sa mind ko. Without you writing those things, hindi mo malalaman kung paano mo sila ma-overcome or hindi mamamaster ng mindset mo na, ito pala yung mga thoughts na paulit-ulit na kailangan kong tanggalin. Second is yung daily accountability of what you are grateful for every single day. Attitude of gratitude works wonders for my business. So yung daily ka nagte-thank you for kung kanino ka man naniniwala, kung universe, God, Allah, or whoever you believe, what are the things that you can be grateful for? I have 2 strategies in gratitude journal. Yung una is being grateful of what I currently or already have right now. And then yung second is yung how can I be grateful for what is coming? Like, okay, thank you for all the things that I have today. Thank you for the good food. I'm so grateful for my clients. I'm so grateful for my amazing clients. And then the second gratitude strategy na ginagawa ko to manifest the things that I want is thank you for all the upcoming breakthroughs. Thank you for the unending blessings. Thank you for amazing clients. Thank you for being booked out for months. So parang kiniklaim mo na kaagad siya. Nagti-thank you ka na darating na siya. 2 ways in order for you to write a gratitude or to have a gratitude journal. always be grateful for all the things that you currently have, and how can you be grateful for all the things that you desires and want in your life. Number 3, account your wins, big or small. Ito yung super important din. Aside from being grateful every single day, you should always take accountability of the things that you've accomplished. Big or small, it does count. Maybe nag-show up ka, kahit hindi pa siya like signed client or kahit hindi pa siya book calls. Maybe nag-reach out ka sa mga potential clients. Like yung simple hello or hi lang sa mga prospect na, "Hey name, thank you for following me. So glad to be connected." That is already a win. How can you account those things, those action plans that you did inside your business to help you achieve your goals? Kasi kapag meron kang attitude of gratitude, at the same time, you always account your wins, mag-radiate yung positive vibration inside your business na, oh, nag-move forward pala yung business ko. Today pala yung wins ko is nag-like ako ng isang content ng client ko, or ang today pala ang wins ko is natapos ko yung daily to-do list ko sa business ko, or yung wins ko pala today is natapos ko yung 2 out of 3 to-do list ko inside my business. Like, instead of binibit up mo yung self mo na, Hana, 3 yung to-do list mo, tapos 1, 2 lang yung natapos mo. Instead of doing that, how can you be celebrating yourself for actually doing things inside your business that will help you achieve your goals? Minsan yung wins ko, it can be as simple as like, yung win ko today is nagpahinga ako. Kasi in doing that, I can serve my clients better tomorrow. Kung hindi man ako makagalaw or hindi man ako makapag-take action inside my business right now, ang win ko naman for today is I actually took the time to take a rest para makapag-recover or makapag-recharge ako tomorrow. Or it can be as simple as nag-check-in ako sa client ko, or it can be as simple as nag-serve ako ng client ko. How can you account all those wins, big or small, para makikita mo na nasa papel na, I'm celebrating myself because I moved forward today, small or big. Parang ganun siya. Yun yung part 1 for reprogramming all the thoughts and reprogramming your limiting beliefs. Ibaba ang gratitude journal dito, coach. So, same thing din siya dun sa gratitude journal. It's just that yung daily practices yung ginagawa ko na daily practices na journal session ko, iba yung sa morning and then iba yung sa evening. So for example, sa morning, vision, yung schedule, yung to-do list, and then affirmation. And then sa evening naman, vision, yung gratitude ko or yung gratitude journal, and then kung ano yung mga wins ko for that day and ano yung mga learnings na natutunan ko inside my business. Yun yung way ko on how to actually journal every single day, every morning, and then every night before going to bed. But it really depends on you, sa schedule nyo, kung ano yung mas prefer nyo. So that's it for the part 1.